For the last few years, I have been working on this absolutely amazing project. I have been making animated Bible stories in Swahili and many other languages. The Legacy of Adam is a non-profit project and it is free on YouTube. It is made for a young audience worldwide, but when I made it, I had especially Africa and the Middle East in mind. It is also a resource for people around the world in their ministry. It is meant to be for Sunday school teachers, preachers, missionaries, youth workers, and of course, your friends and family. I tell the story of how humans were created and how they lived together with God. But then they got separated and God made a great rescue plan of astronomical proportions in order to save the entire human race and reunite man with God. Join us in telling the story of God's great promise to Adam and Eve, followed through in Abraham and little David, who fought the mighty Goliath and eventually became king, until that day when Jesus came back to fulfill God's great plan. My name is Roger Gilmon and I'm a missionary here in Tanzania. And in 2017 we made history and recorded East Africa's first motion capture animated series. This amazing technique allowed us to use real actors and transform them into animation. It made it possible to use 7 actors and 3 dancers and turn them into 75 characters and a few 100,000 dancing angels. I hope to reach children and families not only in Tanzania but the whole of Africa and the Middle East. There is hardly any content produced for this young group, so in making these films we might actually be part of shaping their future.
I am called Francisca. I live in Arusha and I am a Sunday school teacher. I have not seen any animated films at all here in Tanzania in Swahili. The children are happy and they like this film because they have never seen a film with this quality that has been translated into Swahili.
This project has become much bigger than Roger thought about in the beginning, and we are very excited to see that this is a new way to reach even further on with the gospel.
Initially, we will dub this into many languages, and with central theological questions explained easily, we know this will have an impact across borders, and we believe this will be a resource for many organizations and individuals.
We provided the initial funds to start this great journey, and we will continue in the future to promote this pioneering project. But in order to make it free and available to everyone, we do need your financial support.
And over the last few years, I have produced the entire project so far. I've handled scripts, casting, equipment, style, recording, 3D, motion capture. I've cried a bit also. I've done graphics, henna drawings, editing, and music production. And of course, the result, the first final episode. And I hope to dub this into a multitude of languages. So my challenge right now is that I'm not able to finish this project by myself. Well, I guess I could, but I would be like 75 years old and forget what I did in the beginning or something. So the point is, I have teams around the world that are ready to start working on the project right now. All I need to get them started is the funding.
Let's go out into the world
And tell his story.
and tell his story.
Let us make disciples.
Let us make disciples.
Now, please go into our webpage, thelegacyofadam.com, and learn different ways you can contribute. But most important of all, in order for us to realize this great project, we need you to make a donation now. I am Roger from the Legacy of Adam. Thank you so much for helping us to provide these films to millions of people around the world.